Alright, I think I'm reluctant to start. I've really started to hate working on books. And it's pretty simple why. Simply because I sometimes have the feeling there's nothing in it for me. Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't think it was going to be this easy. Now I'm just going to show you my workflow. Because if I'm sitting here and I work on my own, I just get too damn sensitive, to say the least. I'm very sensitive at the moment, and you could say without help, I don't manage to do anything at all. And that sounds really weird, but I've been wanting to work on this book for quite some time now, and I just haven't managed, which is kind of driving me insane. And so is basically working on this entire book. I mean, it's very hard to understand how anyone feels. Oh, I've already done that one. How does it look? If you never were doing what he's doing. No, I started hating this book so much. And simply because okay, cool. I already did that one. Like I said, I mean, there just seems to be nothing in it for me. I mean, I've been trying really hard to push this thing to the next level. And I mean, it's true, it's just nothing happening. As I was waiting. No, I've already done that one. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Okay. I've been trying to be also really greedy with this book, to say the least. Like, you start to feel like I don't want to share anything anymore. Like nothing. That's how you start to feel like, you know, I don't want to share anything anymore with anyone. And that's a pretty sad place to start from. Now all I have to do here is actually copy paste and then edit this, and I don't know why I'm so goddamn sensitive. Like, I'm literally so sensitive about everything. And I have a feeling it's because I smoke too much cannabis. And I would say that's a very simple deduction on my part. Yeah, that's always a bit of a challenge. Right now you want this in the middle. Now I'm just gonna make this a latex workshop. So latex is a typewriting software that I appreciate much more than anything else. Now, what you have to do here, because you can see how this works, you have a script. You know, this is the section. He said he was sad, and that's gonna come out like this. And then you have text. And then I enter, you know, V space -1 centimeter so that this goes up, it's a vertical space. And then you create a T color box that looks like this. And then you have an entire set of options. And what I use then, you know, you say breakable. I don't quite know what that means. That the box can break apart and stretch over 2 pages. And then you have enhance, it's just it makes it more pretty. Callback gray '3 exclamation mark. That's basically the border. And no, that's this one, the background. It says call background, and then gray ×3. So it's gray, and then 3% is gray, and the rest is white, basically. Right, that's how you do it. If you wanted to do it different, you would say then, right, you could say another exclamation mark, and then you say black. And then you can see how that's gonna change into a different color. You see now you won't see anything. You could say red, and then you would have this output. And then of course you can change the color of the text, but I have no interest in that. I just want this to look like easy to read, and why all the images are in black and white, because if I produce an image here on the screen, it's gonna be in color, and I'm not sure how it's gonna look like when it's being printed. But to be honest, why do I give a shit about that? I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna put it into black and white anymore. I want this book to be colorful. And I finally opened up to this, because what's it matter to me how it looks like when it's being printed, right? Yeah, I think it's better if I just put it in color and then just see how it's gonna come out. You see now, because I've done it sometime, but I don't think it looks nice. Anyway, so now I'm here. Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, right. And if I would, what I want to do, I want this to be in the middle, which means I have to add a new page, because then this here, basically, you know, it's gonna make a cut. And then you say mbox, because if I would just use vfill, vfill is a command that, you know, if you have a page and I enter text, then the text is going to float at the bottom of the page. But if I add vfill before the text, then it will vertically fill the space between the lowest point of the page and the highest point of the page, which means it's going to press the text into the bottommost corner, right? Like right here. But if I'm on a new page and I just add vfill, nothing's happening, because, you know, the vfill has nothing to hang on to, if you want to say it like this. And so what you have to do, you have to first add a new page that, you know, latex knows, okay, everything that comes now is going to be a new page. And then you say mbox, which is a box, and you can enter text here. Like, just check it. Now the image is going to move to the bottom of the page. Yeah. And you've got it. text standing there, but I don't want the text, so I can just take it out, and then this is basically an empty, just empty space, you know, a corner point where the V fill can take hold of, and then I add another V fill, and then it's going to end in the middle, right? This is not exactly the middle. I mean, this is not exactly the middle. So what I could do is I could use V space and then say 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters. I only would have to figure out how many centimeters, but what I can also do is I can say V space now, and instead of adding something, I can actually say minus, let's say 1 centimeter. And then we're just gonna look how that's gonna look like. Fit to width, actual size, fit text to width, fit to window. That didn't do much, so I probably will have to add a star, which is a more aggressive approach. Or did it do it already? No. So I can say 2 and just see where that's gonna get us. Because what the program doesn't consider is the footnote, because I see the whole page, and if I want this to be in the middle, you have to probably subtract the footnote. 1.5. And I've been just thinking about whether or not I should go to the boulder hall. You know, I'm constantly in that place, in that space of mind, where I feel like, you know, I don't have any money. And it's true, to a certain degree. I just want to see how that looks like. Yeah, I feel like I have to be honest about, oh yeah, shit, what I want to do. Oh, maybe that actually works. So now you check, of course, how does it look like, right? And then you have to add another page. Well, you can basically copy the whole thing from up here, because otherwise, you know, it might actually work. But then you just have to ask yourself, what kind of effect are you trying to get? And right now I'm working in the draft mode, which is here document class, 12 point, that's the text size. You say draft, that's the options for the package book, the document class book. And you say draft. And that means that if you add an image, just like here, you know, the program will save rendering time when you're working with large works, with large books, large scripts. Then every time you hit render, it would have to do the whole thing, and that's, yeah, a little bit time consuming, because I just want to, you know, this is to me also a bit like perfection, because I know if I add something here in latex, it's going to stay there. You know, if I add something after that, it's probably not going to have an impact, because everything that you're trying to write, this is all being defined up here. It starts document class, and then you have a whole set of packages and commands and things that you can add simply by, right, it's like here let's the indent, then the line spread, you know, how far the lines are apart from each other. You can, you know, stuff like this, you know, that this is Roman. Let's see, where did that here? Renew command, the page, and then I just say Roman page. And this renews the page command, which gives you this one right here. And that means, you can just fiddle around with this. I like it like that. It just has a different approach. And now I just want to see, right, I can do this and then hit Control T. And that means these lines won't be considered in the processing. And then of course I have to do this because I want this one to be processed, and just see how it's going to look like. I could even make it a little smaller, because maybe it's also a nice effect if this one comes right after it. But on the other hand, I also like it if this... Oh, what's this? Yeah, shit. I thought it would... I thought I could hit... Normally it works, sure. I think there was one missing. So that's then a very personal choice that you can make, right? I mean, you can put it like this, or you can put it here. And I think that one's nice as well, because you don't always have to have all of this together. But what I actually want to do, I want to save this, and one reason why I actually chose, again now, I've been choosing this multiple times already. Wow, where did I put this? Oh yeah, in the... I told you I'm quite organized. I would say it wasn't always like this, but now actually I'm not sure where I put this. Reminder, that's not it. Terminal command, personal, no. Yeah, sometimes I'm quite organized, but I'm also at the moment, I feel like I'm kind of hanging loosely in the air. Yeah, that's not it. Which may or may not be a problem. I mean, it's only really a problem if you make it one, I would say. But as I see it, there's always a way to find what you're looking for. I might have actually deleted it. Sometimes I'm quite reluctant to give in looking for stuff, simply because I have the feeling I really needed it also to smoke. That is of course also only true in a way. But I often feel like I need to smoke. And then I smoke and then I'm not sure anymore. Because smoking also makes me kind of whooshy in the head. Which is actually why I want to go to the boulder hall, because I need strength. Otherwise I'm just sitting here like this, like... Right, because I feel like, oh yeah, I've done everything already. And I'm constantly asking myself whether or not to go to the boulder hall and ask for a job. And I'm afraid of that. Not just fear, it's just like this deep personal no, if you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, I don't want this anymore, right? I just want to live my life the way I want to live it, and to go through with what I feel like I came here to do. Because that's a feeling, and I think the best thing to do now is to simply create a new document in the same folder as the book and just name it, oh yeah, I know it. No, I haven't seen it. Yeah, that's just the madness coming through when you realize I have no idea what I'm doing. Draft latex drafts. I actually thought I was going to make music, but I don't really feel like it no more. Alright, and then you can make it look like you know what's going on. I mean, you can always add hashtags and then say image. You know, at one point things start always really neat and then they keep getting messy. And then you have to sort them out again. And that one's cheek color box. Now I'm really wondering where I put that one. I'm not quite sure. So just copy the whole thing, paste it into an empty file, take out all the text, and then next time I have to add something, I can just copy it out of here. Alright, now I've done that. Wait, check. You know, if you control press onto this thing, you jump. If you control press onto here, you also jump. Now I want to take out the V-fill. I want to take out this. And then I have to add text width, because that's basically, you can see this as like kind of the width of the image is the same width as the text, which of course also impacts the height then because of the aspect ratio. So if you say now 0. Or you just say 0.4, then it's going to be 40% of the text width is going to be the width of the image. And then you can just see if it's going to fit here or not. Yeah, alright, it fits. But yeah, you can go a little bit bigger, so let's just try 0.7. Maybe already too big. Alright, and then you realize, okay, that also works. Why not try 0.9 and just see where it's going to get us? Alright, that also fits perfectly, but then you want it in the center, so what you do is you add begin. But that may give you some problems, because this thing is going to take space again, right? If you add a begin center box, you know, there's going to be space occupied by the box itself. You know, there's like padding, right? So it's probably safer to just say, you know, I can just show you. I'm fairly certain that this is going to jump to the next page now. Yeah. And so you say 0.8. I mean, I've been writing my thesis with this, apparently on purpose, because now I can use it to make books. But I was just looking for a program that was better than the program I had. And now I can just do this, because there's enough space here. If this is in the middle, it looks alright. This one, I would say, can go out. So if you add a percentage sign, if you want to write percentage as a text, you know, you have to do backslash and then this. Oh no, yes. It's just that in that line, you know, backslash and then this. And if you want to write an end sign, you do this. Right, that's how you work with this. And now all I have to do is basically go to the posts that I have from Medium, because I told you that they banned me. And all I have to do is copy paste it into this. And that's, in a way, it's nice work, but it's also very tedious. But I also feel like at the moment, you know, I just can't do anything else. Now I just want to see if I take this out, how it's going to look like. Yeah, this is actually good work. Yeah, I want to consider the page as a whole, but I also have no problem to do it different every time. Alright, now I've got it like this, pandemically speaking. And if I would just sit here alone, you know, I would just never do this as seriously. I just wouldn't do it. I'm just gonna do it like this. And I'm gonna add that in the template as well, so that I don't always have to write this again. So now it's pandemically speaking. And I have a problem with this because I actually want to feel like some kind of warrior, right? But if I just sit at home, I turn into some kind of whiny asshole. And I think I hate nothing more than whiny assholes. Oh yeah, I put it in the wrong place. So I see what sitting behind the screen all day does to a man, just in the form of my father. Yeah, I want to make this actually smaller. I don't like it the way this looks like. I just will stick to 0.8. But that also means that I have to add a begin, a center box. Because I also like keeping things all the same. And it doesn't always have to be the same, but I just want to make sure that because the images are not what's supposed to be in the focus, for me at least. For me, what's supposed to be in the focus is the text. And I'm gonna get that by just making the images a little bit smaller. Oh yeah, 0.8. So I was just lying in bed and then these feelings came and yeah, go to the boulder hall, work there. And then you realize, yeah, I don't want to do it. It's not even that you really have to understand why you don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it. And now I can do it like this. Maybe I can say large. Yeah. I could even add a BF series, but I really have to push this one through, right? I really have to fill this book. Right, and I'm just gonna leave it like this. That's actually also true. Yeah, that's just like that. Alright, and then you say clear double page. Then you say section. And I say section with a star because then it will not be numbered. because I'm not having a... This book will not have a table of content section, and then I of course have to check what the next one is. Pornography. Alright. Pornography. And this of course I can also copy and put it in my template. So I say draft, it's actually a template. Oh yeah, what I forgot. Of course I have to open it in Firefox. Okay. I simply say check. Then you have text, this is the book. And now I have to ask myself if I want to make it like this. You know, I like to be a little bit I like to be a bit secretive. Yeah, fuck it. These, I had to figure that one out for myself. But latex cannot print them. And because I haven't been working on this text for a long time. Because I often use hyphens to hyphen I just feel like a sorry loser when I'm all the time at home. I mean, that's the truth. I really feel like a sorry loser, and that's why I want to go climbing again. You see, I like it like this. Now it's tiny. Yeah. You know, you can actually overread this. I could even go so far as to put it down there, but I like it like this. You know, it shows that. I could even change the color if I wanted to. I could say color, and then you could say gray. I think gray would be written with an A. You see? And now, you know, I'm not going to be sure if people can actually read this, but the message is in there. And you can say gray, because maybe this is 2, and then you say 50, and then you say black. And this is going to get 50% black added to it, right? This is like an in-between between, you know, I don't want people to see it at all and, you know, have a look at it. You know, there might be something in it for you. Because I'm actually not sure what's gonna get printed. Now the image that comes with this one is actually made from porn. I can just show you. Yeah. I'm just gonna show you. I don't really care. I mean, I care. I still want people to buy my books. So I took porn images, you know, I took screenshots from porn videos, and then I put them into GIMP, this software, GIMP, and then I layered it over them, you know, and I added color and stuff, and then I saw what came out. This is only one of them. Let's see, can you actually see it? Right, it's like, I mean, you clearly see there's a face, but I also made sure that you won't really be able to see it. You know, just seeing this, I just want to start masturbating. Right, I think it's really tough on anyone that's trying to alright. Yeah, this time I have to do it like this. Just say new page. This I want to, yeah, okay. Now I have to do that as well. I have to always keep it in the center. It's not strictly necessary, if you know what I mean, but I just like to be at least a little bit concise. You know, I don't have to be super strict. I don't have to be super strict. I thought I have to be super strict with myself, right? Because I thought, you know, I fell in love with a woman. I think this one, you know, I think I have to love this woman now, and then you realize, well, I don't really have to, right? And see, that's the freedom of choice, right? Now I can say I actually want it 90%. So, I mean, you can really fiddle around with this stuff. I mean, there's no clear rules for anyone. Right, so this can go closed. Yeah, I got no Wi-Fi now. This can go closed, actually. I also always actually make sure to simply delete them. And now this is not an accurate count anymore. Alright. And sometimes you actually, yeah, you have to do a little bit of editing. PJs? Yeah, sometimes amazed how, I don't know if incredulous the word is the right one. Yeah, I don't have to read this. Yeah, with this, for example, I have to add things. Like this? No. Yeah, now I can just do this. Because just, this is how you enter backslash backslash, just gives you a new line. And if you make a whole new line, it's going to be bigger. And I don't want to put too much effort into everything, because this is like a big... I'm not sure how this used to be originally. I'm just going to do it like this. Where was it? Where was it? Ah, actually, that's how it is. I think that's actually how it used to be. You know, I just put the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth. Oh yeah, I always put in the truth is the truth is the truth. Okay, but that doesn't fit. So it goes until... Why doesn't it break it itself? The truth is the truth is... The truth is the truth is... Then I think you can just do this. If you don't want to, you know, change it the way you see it. Okay, that wasn't it. So apparently all I can do is just zack. Delete, comma, I. Yeah, this is just saying... You could just do it like this. Alright. How long am I working here already? Okay, I'm starting to lose myself in the work again. I'm just gonna check what the image is like. So you see, sometimes I just like to put it in here like this. Because I feel like this actually fits here. So, oh my god. And this is how you normally write it then. And then you take this one because you've got options, which is width equals... I always use text width 0.8. Just gonna check. And then you say images, which is the folder in the latex folder that you added. And that's it. I just feel like these days women are all bitches. Like, all women these days are bitches. Like, total bitches. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Although I would say this, you know, I just want this to stand out a little. This is an image of... Wait, is it actually in there? It doesn't load it. Aha, now I get where the problem is. I never renamed it. I never renamed it. So if I put it back on 0.8, which is when you don't rename it, it just adds a square shape. Yeah. Add on 7. Because then I want all of this in there. So 6. That's also not it. So I actually like it the way it looks. I think it's actually pretty cool. I'm just gonna try. Oh shit. Shit. It's gonna explode the whole thing. It was just 56 times its size. You know, sometimes it's really like you do 0.6 and it doesn't work, and then you say 0.56 and then suddenly it's right where you wanted it. Yeah. But now I have a problem, because now I realize that I actually want it like this. Yeah. And now I can try if it actually works on 0.6 again. Because now there's nothing underneath. It actually worked. Cool. If I do 7 now. Now I'm getting greedy. I want this to be bigger. Yeah, I see that. But I can add a little trick here, which says, you know, you do this new line, and then you say vspace, and you say minus 75 centimeters, 0.75, otherwise it's minus 75. That would be a lot. And it's going to go up here. Yeah. And then if that isn't enough, I can say, all right, I also want it underneath, which is now this is going to shrink. And now you realize, okay, that was a bit much. Maybe you can go with 1.5. And that one maybe a little bit too little. Maybe 2.5. So sometimes it's really left, you know, trying again, trying again, trying again. Ah, okay, that was more. Let's try 0.05. Actually could have gone to 0.1 first, but sometimes just check it. That makes no sense what I'm doing here, by the way. But it's where I wanted it, but then this actually has to go further up. Because otherwise it's just going to look shit. And then I'm fairly certain that I can just take this one out. You know, if stuff like this annoys you, just don't do it. You see? So I have to leave this in. Which is strange, to be honest. You can do 0.05. Yeah, it's just nothing. But it just pulls it upwards. think it's nice like this. Yeah, it's really strange. Now I'm gonna try it without it again. Ah, of course. Now I did the whole line. I wasn't paying attention. I had the feeling somebody was trying to talk to me. Just has to be. Like, the smallest. Alright. Now I'm just gonna leave it like this. Of course I could also make this one a little bit smaller. But this just pulls up, which is why it doesn't matter. You see, I'm just very indecisive sometimes, and that's really annoying. And that's the same for jobs, right? Think about getting a job and then not getting a job, and then I'm not sure in the end. And then you just don't want to do anything anymore. Because you just think, you know, what's the matter? Just do nothing then. Well, that's also stupid. So I'm just gonna see, you know, I don't want to push it too far sometimes. This one's called Sleep If I Must, but I've already slept enough. I added some music into this. Alright. So now you can see the benefit of actually working hard at first, so that maybe at a later stage you may use it. Right, it's like, you know, sometimes this works. Sometimes you can copy the thing, because now I want this to be huge. And I want this to be bold. So BF serious. You can also use text BF. But, and now I will just look through this thing. I don't think I'm gonna read this, because I've already read this. So if there's still some typing errors, yeah, I can't say that I'm awfully concerned with these. Yeah, I like it if it's like this, because then I can just add it. Just go like this. And then this one, right, I can delete. Yeah, I use these copy-paste things quite a lot, because it just makes things so much easier. And if you have no problem with it, then go for it. Is it the same thing again? It's so weird. Why does it go back? It's not the second time that happened. I think I always forget to hit enter. Huh? Oh, I missed that one. I'm really a little bit confused, which is also one reason why I'm kind of reluctant to work for anyone else. Oh wow, that's a nice one. It just says sleep if you must, right? I mean, if you really must sleep, then sleep. And I really have to go to the toilet, and I think I can keep going with this also another time. Yeah, figure it out. I mean, that's pretty decent advice. Cheers.